Hello everyone, thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Stefan, and in today's iStaging talk, we're going to be going sort of back to basics, or sort of back to basics, because we're going to be talking about how you can, as with the iStaging platform, create the most immersive tour and make the most out of your virtual tours with our VR editor, our editing platform. So for most of the talk today, I'm going to be sharing my screen and give you some tips and tricks on how to create the most immersive virtual tour. I'm here today with my colleague Andrea, who you can speak with on the chat. She's about to say hi to everyone. You can ask her any questions, and if you she'll be able to answer them throughout the talk. And if you don't get an immediate answer, we'll cover those towards the end of the talk today as well. Let her know, like she just said, if you can hear me okay and if you can see me okay, so that we're basically ready to go. And in the next, I would say, 15 to 20 minutes, hopefully, we'll be able to cover everything. Let's just dive right in. So I'm just going to immediately start sharing my screen. So give me a minute. I'll start doing that right now, and I'll try and speak a little bit slower today. I have a tendency to speak quite fast. My wife just told me you have to slow down, otherwise people are not following what you're saying. So I'll try that. I guess it has to do with the fact that I want to tell you guys all kinds of stuff. I could talk about the platform for the next day, and we don't want to do that. All right, you should all see my screen right now. So I'll go right into the VR editor. When you log in, when you've created your panoramic images, either using the VR Maker app or any 360 camera, and you've uploaded them to the VR editor. If you use the app, they show up here automatically. If you use any other 360 camera, you can upload them within the VR editor directly, and you would start by clicking on Create Live Tour here at the top. That's when you create a new tour. You can name it, and then this public live tour button is very important because that would actually publish your live tour. You can also obviously decide to do that later. And if you hide your tours and you have more than 3 in your standard pay by usage plan, if they're hidden tours, you don't get charged additionally for that. So it is an important button. Anyway, and then you would click on Create Live Tour, and you would then go into the editing section. Just one thing I want to mention: uploading panoramas. You can upload obviously panoramas that you've captured. You can also upload panoramas that are 3D rendered, as long as they have a ratio of 2 to 1. So, for example, 8,000 to 4,000 pixels. That's when you can upload them and they're ready to go. So I'm going to go scroll down and click on one of the tours right here. And when you click on them, it would open the editing section, and you would have 8 tabs at the very top. I will not go into every single tab today. I'll mainly focus on the editing, the marker editor, the first 3 sort of tabs, and I'll mention 2 other ones, which I think are also quite important. But in the first one, basic information, this is where you enter the basic stuff, logo, titles, descriptions, your location, Google Maps location, and for example, a preview photos or a thumbnail if you actually upload or share your virtual tours on social media, on Facebook, that would be that particular thumbnail photo. And you can choose a color scheme that would match with your business, for example. Always, when you make any change, make sure that you save it. Click on the button at the bottom to save all your changes, because it is obviously a waste of time if you don't save them. And I promise you, you will only do that. You will only make that mistake once. Okay, so this is very straightforward, very standard. Oh, there's one thing I forgot I wanted to mention here. There's a little button here that says Tag Search. It's one of our new features, one of our paid features. If you use many different types of tags in your virtual tours, for example, in retail, if you have like 50 or even 100 tags in your virtual tour, then enabling people to actually search for specific products or search for specific tags is very useful. So if you turn that button on, there's a search function in your virtual tour, and people can directly search for a category or a specific, a tag or item, and it gets them there faster. It would also be very helpful if your tour is just very large, for example, if you have many panoramas in one tour. So that's an important one on the first tab. I hope that you guys are all still following me. I currently can't see the chat, so I'm assuming that you're all still good to go. Yep. And then tab number 2 is panoramas. This is where you would add your panoramas if you've captured them with a separate 360 camera. And in each virtual tour, you can upload a maximum of 30 panoramic images. But there are 2 ways to actually increase that number in a virtual tour, and I'm going to mention that in a couple minutes. But before I do that, obviously, if you click on each sort of title for the panorama, you can enter a custom category or choose one from the list. One important thing is to mention is also the possibility on the right in the 3-button menu. You can copy a panoramic image to a different virtual tour in your account. So in case that you've uploaded it incorrectly, or you just want to copy it to another tour, you can actually do that. And obviously, you can also rearrange panoramas by basically just dragging and dropping them like that. The first panorama is the first panorama that people land on. The second one is the second, and so on and so forth. An important thing to mention in this tab is the AI photo edit. So the AI photo edit actually enables you to sort of improve the quality of your photos or images that you've taken or captured. But only use this function if you have specifically very dark images. So if you're not in a well-lit space, if you're not in a well-lit room, then you can use this. If you have a decent looking panorama, if the room was well lit, or if you're on if you're outside on a beautiful day, there is no need to use this function. In that case, actually, it might make it a little bit worse because it might make changes that you're not really looking for. So only do that if you have like darker images that you really want to sort of improve. Otherwise, there's no need to use that specific function. All right? Okay. Then number 3, the most, I would say, interesting one, the one where the most editing happens, the marker editor, and all of the editing options are here on the left side, on the left menu. The first 2, hotspot and teleport, are basically ways to navigate through your virtual tour. Number 1 is the hotspot, which basically then you can connect panoramas, panorama A to B, from B to C, and so on and so forth to create that walkthrough feeling. The teleport here is one of the ways that I just mentioned with regards to increasing the number of basically panoramas in a tour. It's not exactly like that, but it allows you or enables you to connect one tour with a hotspot to another tour in your or any other tour or in your account. Sorry, so that you basically continue the walkthrough feeling. You're not going into a different tab. You don't have to click somewhere else to go into a different space. It just continues that walkthrough feeling. So to give you an example, if you have 10 virtual tours with 30 panoramas and you would connect them using the teleport, then it feels like you have a space of 300 panoramas, or one tour of 300 panoramas. So very good function to sort of create a better, smoother experience. This is one of our paid features. If you are interested, please reach out and we can look at adding that to your subscription plan. Then the next 7 are all tag functions. So ways to add visual information in your virtual tour. All right. So the first one is a tag, a simple tag that includes an image, a title, a description, and potentially a call to action button that links them to a web page of your choosing. Number 2 is an image. All right. So just an image with nothing else. Number 3, a memo, which is just a description without an image. Add any type of text. Number 4 is a web tag. A web tag enables you to embed a URL within the virtual tour without linking, without leaving your virtual tour, because obviously you want to keep people engaged. So to give you two examples, number one, you could do this with a YouTube video. So if you click on the tag, a YouTube video would pop up. Don't worry, guys, I'm going to actually show you the end result of what is actually, how these tags are displayed in a minute. So that's number one, a YouTube video. And number two could, for example, be your web page, your company web page, or a payment page, for example. They say, hey, I want to click on this, I want to buy this particular product or service, and you would embed a payment page within the virtual tour without actually sending your potential clients or clients to a different page. So that's the web tag. An audio tag, so being able to upload your own audio for a specific panorama regarding anything relating to the space or maybe to a product. What we've seen happen before is that in, for example, retail stores, people actually upload a custom icon, an image of themselves basically, and then add, and then obviously if you click on it, they would say something, you would hear them say something. It sounds maybe a little bit strange, but actually it's a really engaging way of getting people started in the virtual experience. The video tag. A video tag and the web tag are a little bit different. So I just mentioned the web tag embedding sort of a YouTube video as a pop-up window. The video tag is more advanced. You can actually have a screen, like a screen displayed within the virtual tour directly. So it would play automatically without having to click on a specific tag. And you can then enlarge or basically resize that screen according to what fits your specific panoramic image. So a different way of displaying a video, but looks really cool for sure. The multi-tag, name says it all. You can upload multiple tags into one. So an example of that is in retail. For example, I have a bag that I'm selling, and as sub tags, I'm adding the different colors. For example, that this bag is available in. That is a possibility of using. That's a way of using the multi tag. One important point for all of the tags, every single thing, even the hotspots and the teleport that I just mentioned. So if I would just click on one here, for example, if I click on web, you can upload a custom icon, and that says this little button here in the top right corner. For each one of them, you can upload a custom icon. It will give you a standard icon, but I would highly recommend that you make use of this and upload your own custom one. So yes, it could just be a different version of a hotspot. Sure, it could be an arrow or anything that you would like. But also remember, when you're uploading a tag, for example, or a video, it could be an actual product, right? If you say this, I want to give information regarding, I don't know, shoes or tennis rackets, for example, or bicycles. You can actually upload that tennis racket or bicycle as a custom tag, and then when people click on it, they would see more information. So you can do that for every single one of them, and it's actually a fantastic way to make your tour more immersive. So I just wanted to mention that this little button here actually adds a ton of value. All right, so then here, the view angle at the bottom is the view angle of every single panoramic image. So meaning, what do people see first when they land on this panorama? Then we have the mosaic, or what we would call it also the blur feature. So that is mainly used in real estate tours. So if you have private items or personal paintings or photos or valuables that you just want to blur out, then this is the perfect feature to use that. The floor plan, uploading a floor plan, you can upload a 2D floor plan, and it's an additional way of navigating through your virtual tour for your viewers, for your potential or your current clients. If you don't have a floor plan, you can go to our portal store and purchase a floor plan there directly that we would create based on your virtual tour that you have created. And you can then obviously upload that later on to the corresponding virtual tour. Yes, that is the marker editor. So before I go into showing you two samples and the different way that the tags are displayed, I just want to mention two more tabs. Number one is here the data analysis. So data analysis is basically gives you the number of views for your entire tour, the number of likes, the number of comments, the number of views per panorama, and it also gives you the number of views per tag. So how many people have actually clicked on a tag, and if there is a call to action button within your tag, how many people have clicked on that. You will also be able to see the country of each visitor and how long they've actually spent in your virtual tour, in your virtual immersive experience. So lots and lots of data, which I think is really valuable. A lot of this stuff is hard to generate physically. If you're doing an event physically or something like that, online, we can gather all of this data and it gives you really invaluable insights into your viewers. And then the last thing here is touring. For the ones that are already with us for a while, have been with us for a while, you guys know what touring is. It's our virtual guided tour system, but we now have an upgraded version of that, which is Touring 2.0. And instead of just talking one-to-one, so having a one-on-one conversation within the virtual tour, you can now have a 1 to a maximum of 10 people at the same time. So you can basically, you as the owner of the virtual tour, would share the link, and people can then enter the link, and all people enter the same room, virtual room, basically. And same as with the first version, whenever you make any movements, that would also move the screen on the viewer side. You will be able to see each other, you will be able to hear each other and talk to each other directly. And yeah, the screens are synced, as I said. So an upgraded version, really, really cool. You can now have basically a demonstration or an open home, like a virtual open home, or just a presentation online for a group of people, which is, that are maybe in completely different places. And specifically right now, the times that we're living in at the moment, this stuff is really crucial, really important to connect with your clients. Okay, let's look at sort of the end result, and let's go into just two quick samples. So this is the virtual tour that we've been looking at in the editor. So I'm gonna go I'll just go here first. So for example, here you see a coffee machine. If you click on this, this is a standard tag. So as I said, the image, title, description, price, which I forgot to mention, and a buy now button. This button, by the way, this call to action button is also customizable. So you can change the text that is in that button. So that's one way of displaying specific information. Then I just want to go to this panorama and show you here on the side. I hope I'm not going too fast, guys. I noticed that I'm actually talking probably even faster than usual. It's excitement more than anything. The blur feature here, so we've blurred some, or in this case, the client has blurred some paintings that they, or maybe photographs that they didn't want to be shown. And if we go here outside, so to the terrace, you'll see a couple more types of tags. You can see here that the client actually has uploaded, the custom tags, as I said. So here, a video. So if I click on the video, in this case, it's a pop-up window. As you can see, a YouTube video. The audio here, audio tag.
A parte della calefaccione elettrica, l'appartamento cuenta.
I'll turn that off, but it will automatically start playing. And a standard image with a small or a title at the top that you can upload. So these are sort of the basic ones, but I want to now go into another booth to show you the more advanced tags that I talked about today. So give me a sec. I'll just search for that now. All right. Here we go. I want to go to this one. This is actually an example of a virtual exhibition stand or booth. So again, everything you see here is uploaded with our platform, all these tags, so you can see, for example, these records are customized icons that we then enlarged a little bit and placed and adjusted the angle of it as well, so that it looks good within this stand. So, these are, there's so many possibilities, and we just want to make you guys aware of what is possible. So here you see a different way of displaying the video. So instead of clicking on a tag and then having a pop-up window, it's an actual screen that plays automatically. Browse through our bestsellers. Right here is the web tag, as I mentioned, that is directly embedded within the virtual tour. So that's that. And now I just want to go, I just see if I can reload this page, because I want to click on a panorama that, if I can, yeah, here we go. All right, very good. This is another one, and I just want to show you here the multi-tag. So this pink bike over here, I hope that you guys can see it by now. This would be the example of a multi-tag, having basically the main tag on the left and then having several sub-tags. Each sub-tag can have its own photo, its own title, description, and a URL, or basically a link to a call to action button. Sorry, that's what I was looking for. So this is the way that a multi-tag is basically displayed. You can add essentially as many tags as multi-tags as you would want. Depending on what kind of information you want to display, this could be interesting. If you just want to have, one main image, then the regular tag would do just fine. And here on the left, I just want to show you, you see that we have another way of, another video where we've enlarged the screen a little bit more. So looks really, really cool. Okay, that is about everything I wanted to say to you guys today. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen right now and go back here. Here we go. All right. So I hope that you guys heard everything, that the sound was okay during that. Let's look at some questions. I see that it's been 23 minutes, so I've gone over time just a little bit. Are there any questions that I can help you with, or that Andrea can help you guys with? Now is the time to ask them. I'll give you guys a couple of minutes to see. If you guys already have an iStaging plan, but you saw some of the features today that you are interested in or might add value for your virtual tours, please reach out. We are able to add them to your plan. And if you don't have an iStaging plan yet, then our iStaging account, I would highly recommend to go to iStaging.com and sign up for a pay-by-usage plan or one of our annual subscriptions. Okay. Oh yeah, we are also live on Facebook right now. We're live streaming. So Edward says, very good program, but the plans are very expensive. Okay, well, I would disagree with that. I would respectfully disagree with that. Our pay-by-usage plan starts at just $5 a month, $5 US for 3 active virtual tours, meaning you can actually delete one and upload another one without adding any extra costs. And because it's a pay-by-usage plan, and the word already says it, you can actually pay as you go. So if you add another tour to your plan, so you might have 4 tours, you would pay an additional $2.50 per tour per month. So I don't know, I don't really know that many companies out there that are more affordable than we are. And besides that, it's not so, besides the price, I think it's also definitely about what the platform can do for you. That's definitely the most important factor, obviously. So I hope that I gave you some indication today about that and what is possible. Thank you for that question, though. I appreciate it. Oliver, which, I hope I pronounced that correctly, which camera did you use for the first tour? For the first tour. Okay, so that was actually a DSLR camera. So in that case, it's not really a 360 camera, DSLR camera. You know, you take 6 or 7 images and then manually stitch them together. So yes, that gives you the highest quality tour. On the other hand, it's also the most difficult way of capturing, because you will need some technical skills to use a DSLR camera, and also very time consuming. Up to one panorama can take up to 30 minutes to create. I think that's very time consuming. So I would recommend, if you are not a professional photographer, if you don't do this on a regular basis and you're not used to that, I would highly recommend to either capture with your smartphone. I promise you will get a really, really high quality as well. Or a 360 camera, and the more affordable ones, obviously you have also ones that cost thousands of dollars, but the more affordable ones might be a Ricoh Theta, for example, for a couple $100, and gives you it's very quick, very convenient, but or the Insta360. But if not, the most affordable option is to use our VR Maker app, VR Maker Capture app that is part of your subscription when you subscribe online to one of our plans. All you need is a small rotator and lens that we offer in our portal store, and you're good to go. On our website, in the gallery, you can see, you can filter multiple tours that are captured with different capture devices. You will also see some phones, and you will see that they are wonderful, wonderful quality tours. And there is no need to go and spend thousands of dollars on a separate camera to do it. There's something to say for also convenience. And on the other hand, you have a smartphone in your pocket that is probably also worth a couple $100. In the case of an iPhone, maybe even more than 1,000. So same idea. Okay. Edward again. I don't remember this program requires a 360 camera. What happened to the plan that includes a camera? So our what it included in the past was our rotator and lens. Those plans were sort of older plans that we offered, which were more expensive actually than what we are offering right now. So now you can purchase the rotator and the lens separately, which is priced at $50 US for the kit, for the rotator kit, excluding shipping. All right. Thanks, Edward. I appreciate your questions. Awesome. So if you just sign up, to be able to purchase the hardware, the rotator lens, you will have to have an iStaging subscription in the first place. One of the reasons for that is we are a software company, not a hardware-focused company, a hardware manufacturer. So the focus is on our software solution, on our platform, our VR editor. All right, is there anything else? Any other questions that I can help you with? If not, don't worry, our customer service gets back to you very quickly. So if you reach out to us, you'll receive an answer really quickly from me or one of my colleagues. So don't worry if not all your questions are answered today. All right, well, if there's nothing else, I don't see anyone else typing, then I want to thank you all very, very much for joining us today. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. And I hope to definitely see you at the next one, which will be about 2 weeks from now. And I promise that's going to be a good one as well. So thanks a lot. Have a great week. And we'll see you guys soon. Cheers. Bye-bye.